3,000 something or other K warm white at 12 volts, and I don't remember if they were 2 watt or 3 watt LEDs. Oh, hi. Morning. This is Troy from the Do-It-Yourself World and the Off-Grid Project. Sitting here in my new temporary office space. It is warm and cozy inside the new home. It was 43 degrees outside this morning, and I came in here and it was 50 something, which is way better than the RV. The RV was low 50. I mean, I don't know, maybe it was a noticeable feeling. It felt cold and damp out there, and here it felt warmer and dry. So definitely an improvement. The insulation out here is definitely doing its job. It held the heat from yesterday's warmth, and it didn't get cold overnight, so that's really an improvement. So this is my new preferred place to sit on my new table and chair set. Sitting here using my laptop. I've got my cell phone charging on the side off the solar powered battery bank. Just had breakfast here at my new real table. And I haven't had a real table. Imagine this. I haven't had a real table in years. I haven't had real chairs and real comfort, real windows, real everything. A windowsill. I mean, this is just amazing. I love it. This house gives me immense peace. I am really happy here. So I'm just finishing up today's video. It's 11 o'clock in the morning. I usually start and work from 9 to 5, but recently I've been working longer hours because of the weather and stuff. I usually try to start work at 9 a.m. And right away around 9 or so I got the last video live, which requires a lot of typing and working. And then I copied all the photos onto here, or all the video clips onto my laptop. That took because it's Windows 8, that took forever. So in the meantime I was running around. I should have had my camera out. I've been stripping down some boards for today's projects on the kitchen countertops. I should have had my camera out. I've also been talking to the neighbors. I got the truck emptied out and I got it ready to take the cap off when a neighbor comes over and helps. I don't know why I don't carry my camera around all the time. I'm looking for a web camera that I can carry on my head or have with me everywhere. That is going to be perfect. So when the funds allow, I'm definitely going to be doing that. And when I have the skills to figure out how to put it online. I haven't figured that out yet. Used to use Dun DNS and it used to be simple and easy, and now it's confusing. So anyway, I'll give you a little brief tour around when I'm finished with this video. It's just about done editing, and then the computer will be working on it, processing it for a while. This will be the video you'll see tonight, but by the time you see this video, it'll have been done. I'm caught up. I am processing. Today is Wednesday. I am processing Monday's video for tonight. And tomorrow morning will be Tuesday's video. Tomorrow night will be Wednesday's video. And then I'll be right back on track. So, well, let me finish this up, and then I'll take you around outside and show you what all I've done today and what the plans are and what's going on out here, and show you what it takes to take apart these boards that I'm using in the kitchen. So, I'll talk to you in a few minutes. But there they are. I'll have to check back online again. By the time you order them and the time they come in, you forget about the details. But I'm going to make my own shanty. Well, here's what I've been up to. It looks like a mess. I'm breaking apart boards from all these pallets. This is now going to be the frame for my kitchen. This is off those small engine pallets. Actually, it says right on here, not for sale in California. It's got the manufacturer, model number. That's a Husqvarna, probably a riding lawnmower of some kind. So there's one board. I've got another one right there that I still have to take apart. And then for the small section, those two ends will be used. I'll show you where those are going to be used. Trying something new today. I took my camera off the tripod. This tripod was a gift from a YouTube subscriber, and I think it was Slushiest
Cream or something like that. I can't remember how to say his name. Haven't seen him on the comments in a long time. If you're still there, say hi. But this has served me well. Sadly, the lock for this up and down thing broke. So now it wobbles. Nothing I can do about that. I'll have to retire it soon. Anyway, I'm hand holding my camera now for stability as I do the walkarounds. I'm going to be doing that from now on instead of carrying a tripod, because I've been hauling around the clunky legs all the time and bumping into things and then have to pause the camera, which is dumb. So the shortboards are the framework for right here for the short piece, and then the longboards, just like I did here, are going to be extending to the wall. So I'll have that done today. I'll have that done pretty soon, I think. Probably, hopefully, before lunch. Depends, because taking apart that wood is a quite a task. Taking apart all the pallet wood and breaking them down the boards and taking out the nails and taking out the staples. It's quite a job. But I'm really pleased with this. The cat loves it too. She's got another place to sit out and look out the window. She better enjoy it now while she can, because there will be rules implemented in this place once I get it all finished up. The sink will be off limits. No cats allowed. But that's later. I just noticed, and it looks like, I hope my measurements are right, this looks lower here than it is over there, but then again, this isn't mounted to the wall or anything yet. It's just resting on here. So hopefully that'll all come out nice and neat and align itself well when I'm done. I measured and checked everything with the level. Everything seemed right. Of course, that wood, the OSB isn't cut straight, so maybe it's an illusion. Well, I'm going to start building this framework, and I think I'll start with a small piece first, since that'll be the easiest, and fill that in and I'll have a sense of accomplishment. And then I've got the leftover. This is so perfect. It's like it was meant to be. That's the leftover material from when I made the floor upstairs. I had exactly three 3-foot long pieces. 3 4-foot long pieces. Which gives me a 12-foot countertop. And it's wide enough. I'll actually have to shave off a little bit. It's wide enough to fit this. It's so amazing. It was meant to be. You can see, I'm a believer, you can see God's hand in everything. How the pieces come together without my pre-planning it and organizing it. You can see how things come together, how pieces fit into different areas. When I saw them, I knew that was the countertop. Now, I didn't plan it ahead of time. I didn't at all. I just grabbed the sheets. And when I was shopping for the sheets, I ended up with one extra, which, by the way, will be the bench back there. And I didn't plan that either. It just happened to be that's how it was. I over-purchased, bought one too many, and I've got my materials for the bench later. So it's all going to work out nicely. So I'm going to put this back on a tripod and get to work. There is the other frame. Oh, that's no good. Ah, that's unusual. Gonna get them out with the pliers. You don't want those nail heads in there, or the nails in there. Well, this is a perfect example of what can go wrong. One way or the other, come out or break. If the head's broke off easy, but the nail doesn't want to break. Wow. Yeah, so there's a good example of why it's taking me so long, but it's free lumber. Nice. Oh, no wonder, that was a big nail. Good, that worked. So there's that one. There's the two long boards. Now I've got to get two short boards. See which ones will be easier. None of them look too easy. This one might have less nails. You may hear some noise in the background. It's my neighbor over by his camper cutting on a metal barrel. The barrel I gave him. Take that a minute. There's one to the side. Take the nails out in a minute. If this looks awkward, it is. Because it is. Big floppy crate. Yeah, that's awkward because it's all, I got no leverage. The tool will do the work. Well, this one's going to take a few minutes. I'll get it done, but you get the idea. Recycled wood is not that quick, but it's free. That's what I'm building my house with. Well, there's another section. Now this part is really strong. In retrospect, maybe I should have shaved it off a tiny bit, the thickness of the pallet wood that I'll be using, but because this beam comes down, but I think it'll be fine anyway once I put trim on, because it doesn't affect how the door opens no matter what. The door stop will be where it is. So this turned out really nice here in this corner, especially nice. I had to put this piece in. Sorry, I can't find my hand. I had to put this piece in order to nail that or screw that one into there. When I made the frame, I screwed that one into this one, and then that one into here. Now, because of this beam being there, that's why I had to do that. But what happened perfectly well is another scrap piece of wood fit in and filled that gap precisely. These are, I guess, homemade 2x4s using scrap lumber wherever they made these pallets. So that worked out really nicely. Now here I have a problem. Different thicknesses of wood. I didn't foresee that until after I put it together. You got different thicknesses, so I'm going to have to deal with that later somehow. I'm not sure. Everything's level. This one's level, that one's level, but they're not the same, and that's a bummer. And here again we have a little bit different thickness, so it messes up my stuff a little bit. Again, level, but different thicknesses of wood, which I didn't foresee until after I put it all up together. I don't know how to fix that right now, but I guess I'll have to later. When I put on the plywood, I think it'll work out the problems, hopefully. I have the plywood as a countertop, and then on top of that will be the finely polished and worked pallet wood. So, well, there's part of my kitchen coming together. Really cool. Really exciting. I've got a ton of supporting to do down here. I want this to be really, really rigid. But I am using 2x2s and 2x something or others, just all scrap lumber out of those pallets. And that way it's lighter. It's a lightweight frame, but it'll be rigid when I put it all together. It'll be really good. I'm going to have these legs all secured into the wheel well, so I've got to find out what thickness of shims to put in behind there and screw and glue. Everything is screwed and glued, so it's going to be really strong. I think right now I'll worry about them down there later, because I can always piece those in at any time. But right now what I want to do is go ahead and finish the rest of the countertop, and then rough fit that stove in there. One thing, I want to get that stove off the ground. So that's the next project. And then I got to pull this sink out of the way, and I'll be putting on the plywood countertops. So it's exciting. Looking good. It's going to be a nice kitchen. Well, I'm not a professional cabinet maker, so I'm not the most skilled at this, but I am getting the job done. I have to find the studs. I'm going to be right here. There. Drill this thing together. Again, everything is screwed and glued in place. Kitchen cabinets are built right into the studs. This isn't going to budge. It's going to be sturdy. See if that leg fits that. Should be the same. Open. Is that level? No. Oh, yep. When it all comes together like that, then you know you're doing it nice. Nice and level. I cut all the legs the same, pre-cut all the legs, and it just went together level. So that's a good feeling. Very good. Now there's a kitchen. There's a kitchen. I like it. See, I cannot work in a cramped kitchen, so this is good. This is definitely going to be a good thing. I'm not quite sure yet how I'm going to get the fridge in or whatever, but I'm actually thinking it's going to go right in the corner over here. A top open fridge up against that back wall, and then I'll have the stove probably. Let me take the camera off the tripod. So much easier. I don't know why I never thought of that with the camera. I'll probably have, here's a sink, then here's a workspace, and then the stove, and then a workspace, and then the fridge up against the wall over here. I think that'll work out nice. I think it's going to work out very well. And then I'll have a half cabinet here, so I got half of a counter space here. Actually, I think I'm going to come up a ways like this, and then only come out halfway. So I've got the counter space here, and I can have slide things underneath, and that'll be a closed cabinet, and maybe a little shelf up there. Probably that's probably perfect for spices. And then the rest will be all cabinets, again with the counter space underneath. It's going to be a real good kitchen. I will be able to work in here. So now I got a lot of legs and squaring up and reinforcing, and none of the legs are square to one another. So I've got to do all that and put all the bracing in underneath and between all the legs this way. I also want to have cross bracing this way, all the way around everywhere. So I've got a whole lot more cutting and pasting and working to do. But first I'm going to finish screwing this together, and then I'm going to fit that stove in and see how that looks. That's the exciting part. I want to get that stove in there. Well, I've got the stove prepped in place. Now I'm going to move it forwards more. It's just resting in there with a leg supporting it. I think that's how I want it, because that way I've got counter space, sink, counter space, stove, counter space. Just so much more space to work with things here. I really like it like that. So I think that's how it's going to be. As again, the stove will be pulled forward against the frame and not backwards. That way I have room for a backsplash in there. I'll have to find a stainless steel plate or something to put back there. Maybe tiles. Tiles would be good, I guess. Tiles are easy to clean. So I think that's where I'm going to frame it in. Well, that'll finally be off the floor today.